And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. The view high above our broadcast location tonight, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Morris.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
So the Nets starting five. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Harris is out there with Wilson Chandler, and it's Allen in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, we've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Harrell, and it's Leonard in at the three spot. Two very deep teams, great benches. Brent, talk about the mindset and the difference there between starting and coming off the bench.
You can assess, Kevin, throughout the first quarter, or when it is that your time to check in the second quarter is about the rhythm of the game. What are we doing well? So when I go in, how much more can I enhance the advantage we have there? Or let's say it's a game where we're getting killed in transition. The most important thing I can do is communicate that message to the team. When we start that 4 or 5 minute stretch, let's focus on these two things to get ourselves back and righted for the rest of the night.
Oh, that's excellent. Now here's Leonard. Spencer Dinwiddie missing his last shot. And Leonard gets it to go.
Hard to deny Leonard when he gets in that close to the rim. Too many ways for him to get creative to score.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to talk to Kenny Atkinson for a minute. In reviewing this matchup, he said, I'm not sure Kawhi Leonard gets the credit he deserves as an offensive player. He can hurt you so many ways. Well, Kevin, we saw that last year in the finals. It will take a team-wide effort to limit his impact.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Leonard, following the bucket by the Nets. And it's good, 2 points. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
There's the pass to Dinwiddie. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Here's Dinwiddie. Softly drops in the floater. Dinwiddie's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Now here's Beverley. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State. Shoots a fader. Misses off the left iron.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Passes it to Harris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
That free throw, no good. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Beverley feeling it out a bit. Here's Leonard. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Leonard's got 6.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Leonard inside, guarded by Harris. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. And it's Harris with the ball for the Nets. They trail by 1. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
Yeah, and they put up a goose egg last year when they played this team twice.
Here's Allen. 9-point game his last outing. Chandler finds Allen. 5 to shoot. Here's Dinwiddie. Again, the Nets for 2.
That's feel-good moment right there. 3 of 4 so far.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Beverley, the pass to Leonard. No one near him. Allen with the rebound.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Dinwiddie with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State. Pass to LeVert. There's the triple. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers trail. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And here's Morris for 3. Second-chance shot. And no problem from Harrell as he finishes at the rim.
When the shot's going up, it's fun to watch the way that Montrezl Harrell will attack a rebound. Crucial to this offense and his production.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's got 6. Chandler kicks to LeVert. 5 on the clock. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Here's Chandler. Allen trying to break free. Good work defensively by Morris. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny. Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Patterson comes in for Morris. Williams, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Rodions Kurucs comes in for Wilson Chandler. Prince is checked in for Joe Harris. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Karis LeVert. Basket good.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Golden State. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Dinwiddie against Jackson. Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Temple. Prince outside. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 12 points in the game.
About 6 of 8 with that one, and there is no slowing down this young man.
Here's Dinwiddie. Sweet little floater.
What a quarter right here, establishing some confidence. 4 of 5 shooting the ball.
Clippers leading by 3. Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Steady strides in Kawhi Leonard being more and more comfortable as the go-to scorer for this team.
The Nets have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Here's Temple. He's guarded by Williams. Lobs it up for Jordan. A flawless finish on the alley.
That pick and roll right there.
It's Leonard. That time on the assist by Jackson. And it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Dinwiddie drives in. And the rejection by Zubac. Now the Clippers moving it up. Williams leading the charge. And the basket by Jackson.
I like the focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, you might have 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And again, it's the Nets missing. And that'll be 2 coming.
Who can fill it up in no time.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Number 2.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Jackson. Jackson hits both of them. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. Right back after this break.
Here we go now.
Glad to have you with us. Second quarter basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers, guys.
Well, first
Is in any danger that they can't hit that right button or flip the switch and get back into gear?
When you hear analysts say that the playoffs are all about matchups, they are exactly right. You and I talked about this, Kevin, several years ago about the time. Going into the playoffs, teams don't have to be hot. You don't have to be 10-2 in the last 12 games for your playoffs, because all of a sudden, if you're matched up against a team that's owned you all year long, your chances of winning that series are very, very slim. So it becomes just let's get in and let's find out who we're playing, and then we'll get to work.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. setting the floor for the Nets. Caruch is out there with Jordan. And it's Taurean Prince. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Temple in at the shooting guard position. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Well, he might be an aging veteran in the NBA, but DeAndre Jordan is still terrifying defenders when he's going up for the alley-oop.
Oh, he's such a great target still on the roll situation. You combine his length and athleticism now with the know-how and his tenure in the league, and DeAndre Jordan still can be an elite finisher on the inside.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Patrick Patterson. George is checked in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Now, here's Dinwiddie. 10 points for him. It's
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverley. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
Passes to Harrell. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Dinwiddie outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Lou Williams. And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie. Second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
And the first one at the line is good. And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
So he gets them both. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. George passes to Harrell. Outside Williams. Harris against George. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, defender just a little too late in reacting. Gets a piece of Paul George, but a piece, that's not enough.
Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. To the middle. Here's Allen. He is hauled in by Paul George.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Now here is Harris. 11 points for him in that last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Dinwiddie. And the rejection by Harrell. Over in the corner, Williams. Over Harris. Williams' shot is off. And it's Harris with the ball for Brooklyn. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Now, here's Dinwiddie. He's got 12. Lock at 6. Back to Allen. Good work defensively by Morris.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Clippers leading by 8. Outside Williams. Dinwiddie with a steal. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. LeVert with a wide open look. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one after the win against the Warriors in San Francisco.
George in there just gliding through and makes a nice move on the drive.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. You know, so many great dribblers, ball handlers in this league right now. Who's the best at shooting off the bounce?
The three prime candidates to do that, Kevin, exist at the point guard position, and I put James Harden in the point guard category with how much he has the ball. Harden, Kyrie, Steph Curry, three great names that are able to find their way to get the ball into the shooting pocket. No matter where they move off the dribble, finding consistency. It's a really sought-after attribute in the players who are coming up now because of how impactful these guys have been.
And so it's Brooklyn with it after the Clippers pick up 2. Here's Harris. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Allen.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
Outside, George. And it's off from three-point range. Harris finds Allen to end the drought. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
He's off on the first. And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
He is the second from the line.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Williams for 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Chandler down low. He's against Morris. Chandler, no good.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously. It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Allen dishes to Dinwiddie. Knocked away. Stolen by Beverly. They break it out. 5 on 3. It's tipped. Chandler with the steal. Dinwiddie against Beverly. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Jackson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And a change for the Nets. Jordan's checked in. Here's LeVert. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Just 5 on the clock. Paul George with the steal. And it's sent back by Allen. Chandler down low. He's defended by Harrell. Chandler, no good.
Well, the D's so tight on him, and makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Chandler against George. We've got 1:08 left in the first half. missing that scoring opportunity, having a bad 3-for-9 shooting night. Beverly against Harris. Great D that time from Jordan. And even 3-on-3 break. Chandler kicks to LeVert. Knocked loose. Back to Chandler. Shot clock at 5. Dishes it to Allen. The foul called on Jared Allen. That is his first foul of the game. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Patterson comes in for Morris. And it's Leonard in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Brooklyn, Rodion Kurucs. He's checked in for Jared Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Garrett Temple subbed in for LeVert. Pass to Patterson. Kicks it to George. The 3. And the 3 ball is good. George has got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers.
And right now, the torture chamber that Paul George has put the defense in is paying off for his team.
Now Harris. Right wing. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Reggie Jackson. The Nets have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Free throw drops for Temple. And both free throws good for Temple. And so it's Los Angeles with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed, just with more intensity. I mean, my teammates are getting me involved on the offensive end. I'm playing great on defense. We just got to keep it up second half and not let it up.
Hey, Kawhi, thank you very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 16 points and 1 rebound. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
I'm not surprised. Kawhi Leonard, usually getting it done on both ends, can give you 20, 30, 40 points a night and lock down the opponent's best scorer. True superstar, Ernie.
Kenny, how'd you think the Nets were playing?
I was unimpressed, very unimpressed with their offense. You know, guys seem to be going through the motions, not cutting, not hustling. They failed to get back into a great offensive rhythm. They'll need to step it up big in the second half to cut into this lead.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
This one, Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
This is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Harrell. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the power forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Now here is Harris. Back to Dinwiddie. 6 on the shot clock. Over George. And it's sent back by George.
You can't toss up the weak stuff around Paul George. He sees it coming and uses his reach to get to it.
Clippers leading by 10. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Nets trail by 12. Got a piece of it. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Beverly against Harris. From deep three-point range, he can't get that one to fall. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that will be the middle game of this three-game homestand.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they'd had a tough time taking the lid off.
Chandler outside. Dinwiddie against George. But they recover it. LeVert the pass to Dinwiddie. Back to LeVert. Over Leonard. And the Nets miss again.
Well, if they got a favorite play, Kevin, it might be time to break it out. 0 of 4 to start it.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Here's Dinwiddie. Paul George making his last shot. And here's LeVert. A good portion of their scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. And again, it's the Nets missing. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring to teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Yeah, and his shot selection, iffy at best tonight. A lot of forced, contested shots this game. He'll be lucky if he just gets a talking to here instead of a ticket to the bench.
Making a change here. Williams is checked in.
And now let's take a look at Kawhi Leonard. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. 11th in steals. And he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
As we've seen, he's a difficult defender to bring the ball up against. Quick feet, quick hands. Always looking to force a mistake. You know, officials try to be as objective as possible, Brent. It does sometimes feel like we get superstar calls, though, correct?
I think there's absolutely superstar calls, Kevin. And, you know, the purist in me wants the referees to keep it fair. But understanding that the game is entertainment and understanding what it takes to be that level of player, every now and then seeing a guy like James Harden getting a few more free throws or watching Giannis find his way to the line a few more times, I shrug my shoulders and I say, yeah, I actually kind of get it.
Yeah, good examples. And the second free throw, good. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And the foul called on Jared Allen. That'll be his second foul of the game. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot about...
Which is everything shooting. Free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt three-point shooting percentage, two-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
Yeah, easy call.
For Los Angeles, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
That free throw good from George.
The versatility of Paul George as he's matured and put some more weight on his frame through the years. He's an exceptional two-way player with outstanding length and a tremendous scoring ability.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubats is checked in. Then for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Rodion Kurucs comes in for Joe Harris. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Karis LeVert. Here's Temple. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Here's Dinwiddie. Here's Jordan. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Here's George. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. Nets trail by 19. To Temple. And here's Prince outside. No good there. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. George with the ball. Guarded now by Prince. And George gets it to go.
How about the handles of a guy like Paul George at his size being able to rip around and has total confidence in his ability to score.
Dinwiddie finds Prince. Here's Temple, defended by George. Back to Jordan. Shot clock at 6. Count it. Jordan's got 8 points.
Not allowing the defense to cover him or alter his shot there was DeAndre Jordan getting to the rim.
And the pass to Zubats. Leonard against Prince. Outside, George. And Jordan sends it back.
Well, the arms of DeAndre Jordan are like a horizon line. They go on forever, which allows him to send those shots back.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for George. Leonard with no one around. A second chance effort, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Well, at 6'9", Patterson has the size to grab a lot of rebounds. Just comes down to will and positioning.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line, 79% overall.
Patrick Patterson had some great years where he showed his three-point shooting prowess, but if he can get down into the post and score there as well, it's another option for their offense.
Here's Temple. Pass to Prince. There's the dish to Dinwiddie. And down at it goes, jamming that one home.
More and more signs of the skill set of Taurean Prince as he finds an open teammate.
And a 4-year player at Baylor, Taurean Prince, something of a surprise lottery pick back in 2016. But, Greg, he's become a very valuable player.
You know, he's one of those two-way power wings that it seems every team wants.
Oh, that was something else.
Look, DeAndre Jordan and the rim, those two are best friends.
Clippers leading by 18. Outside Leonard. Banked in off the glass. Leonard's got 6 here in this.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
He's the guy that you go to right now trying to put this one away.
Lets a floater go, and Dinwiddie lays it in. Dinwiddie's got 17.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
To the paint. Here's Leonard, and it's blocked. Here's Karuch, the 10-footer. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball, bringing it up now for the Nets. It's an 18-point game. Temple the pass to Karuch. The high post shot. Yep, that one goes in there. Here's Jackson. 9 points in the game so far. Down low. Here's Leonard. Karuch grabs the board.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Dinwiddie outside. Back to Temple. Tries a 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. On the wing, Jackson. And it's good, assisting on the play with Williams. Williams has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Now here's Leonard. So for Brooklyn now, on the perimeter, Harris and Prince. Wilson Chandler out there with Jordan. And it's Temple in at the point.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Last year, the average salary for a starting point guard, Brent, in the NBA, was the highest among all positions. Why would that be?
Well, with the way the game has changed, Kevin, there's certainly an emphasis on being able to find guys who are initiating offense, scoring the basketball, shooting three-pointers, and you're seeing a big shift in salaries between point guards and bigs. That's where the biggest disparity is. Centers in the league are getting less and less of an opportunity to have the extended big money contracts because the game has moved to the perimeter, and if you're a big that cannot play on the perimeter, there's not a lot of teams that are willing to invest a significant amount of their cap space into the center position. They want guards and wings who can play out there and do the damage for them.
Bounce pass, Prince. Here's Temple. Pass to Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lobs it up for Jordan. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. That's now 26 points for Kawhi Leonard. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
So for the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac, and it's George in for Reggie Jackson. And then for Brooklyn, Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Karis LeVert comes in for Taurean Prince. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Garrett Temple. He gets that one. Dinwiddie's got 19 points.
A good job by Wilson right there to recognize his teammate was open and just simply gave it up.
Inside, here's Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
Leonard hits them both.
Now, quiet is Kawhi Leonard, but don't let that mistake itself for a lack of competitiveness. He has the desire and drive to continue to get better.
That's LeVert. Harris outside. Just 5 to shoot. Poke loose. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go with George. Nobody back.
That's where Patrick Beverly's defensive tenacity helps you out. Active hands, and he knocks the ball away.
LeVert with it. The pass to Chandler. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. Floats one. Allen's shot is off.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough. Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. LeVert kicks to Dinwiddie. And the shot goes in. Dinwiddie's got 9 points here in the second half. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Passes it to Morris. Dishes to George. 6 on the shot clock. Again, Los Angeles.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Now Dinwiddie. Pass to LeVert. Lets it go from deep. They get it back. Allen dishes to Chandler. He kicks to Dinwiddie. Shoots over Leonard. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Now the Clippers with it. They're on a 14-6 run.
But don't give a cerebral player like Leonard that kind of opening. He'll read that gap.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Takes it from 10. Now the Nets miss again.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just should miss that.
It's a flex. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Pass to Luau. Here's Pinson. The pass to Allen. 5 on the clock. Musa. That one goes. Count it. Musa's got his first 2 points of the night. The Clippers have gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive outburst. Here's George. The teardrop falls in. George has got 25 points in the game.
Yeah, which ways tonight has Paul George not made an impact in this game? A one-man wrecking crew.
Here's Pinson. Passes it to Musa. Shot clock at 5. Here's Luau. Defended by Beverly. And Luau gets it to go. Luau's got his first 3 points of the game.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
George looking around. And bird rights an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of tax dollars. So player finishes his season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, but after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture.
Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. And the Nets making a change here as well. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jared Allen. And George drops them both. Here's Pinson. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Musa, defended by George. Fires from the line. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Here's Jackson. 1:30 left in the game. Pass to George. Low block shot on the way. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Clippers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Paul George.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
Luwawu, the pass to Pinson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
And George kicks to Shamet. Outside Jackson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Green passes to Shamet. 4 on the shot clock. Launches a 3. Off the mark. So the Clippers winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. The other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.